This is a book review of Firepower. It's from Robert Kirkman and Chris Samnee, and also with Matt Wilson and Russ Wooten. It's from SkyBound. Came out in 2020. It's 156 pages, all colours throughout. There's no bonus material. Now, there are some comics. I'm not certain the overlap with the comics. No idea, so that's something to check out yourself. Now, this is Volume 1, Prelude, so clearly there's going to be some Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, I'm certain. Story will continue. So what's it really about? Well, it's about Owen Johnson, and he goes to China, and he's searching for the truth behind his birth parents. He's got a photo, and he just goes to this temple that happens to be out in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, he goes the snow all the way up through the snow, and there's a lot of great sequences at the initial part where he's sort of looking across all the mountains, and he's got looking at his photo of his parents, and there's a butterfly, a guide to the, and you can see him obviously struggling. Now, I'm not particularly giving any spoilers away because it'll be a very short book. We've got about 6 or 7 pages of him struggling to go through the mountain, and then suddenly finished. So clearly there is a lot more. So he gets to this temple. That, without, obviously, has to be stated. But beyond that, he meets a great cast of people. Obviously, there's some people who don't like him. He's suddenly this newcomer. He hasn't obviously he's got a few friends. He's got friends. He's got this. He's got the old man, who of course is amazingly flexible. He's like one of these, obviously, like there's often references, etc., to things like Karate Kid, and it's really good because, of course, he's a very similar sort of character. He can do virtually anything. Amazing. He can balance on a stick, sort of thing. I can barely balance at all. So I go to Pilates class and I am really hopeless. So I would never be very good on a stick, especially having various things around my neck as well. However, the artwork is superb throughout. I love Chris Samnee's artwork. Recently I did a review of Thor, the Mighty Avenger. Love that. And also, of course, vast amounts of other work that he's done. And I love his style. The colouring is brilliant all the way through. I love the colouring. But there's obviously a lot of antagonism, lots of great scenes. There's also a lot of mystery as well, because there's lots of, is this room? What's in the room kind of thing. You have to have that sort of story. There's also a statue of the master of the masters kind of thing. But is it a statue? Who knows? So obviously these are for the stories for later on. But I really genuinely found this a really lovely book. There's also romance in the story as well. There's also just a lot of good action as well. Not so much particularly at the start. There's obviously a lot of the build-up, etc., as he learns from the master. He's very a quick study, so he's really great character for that. So he learns lots of things, and it's brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So the colours, there's some real dramatic moments. More at obviously the middle half of the book. The initial part of the book is a sort of more slow going. You're sort of learning about the temple, about the people, about the various things. There's also various clues to what's going to happen later throughout. And it's a really, really enjoyable read. And certainly one of those books you think, I can't wait to see what happens in Volume 2. And I don't know when that's coming out. So, but I am looking forward, obviously, because, of course, Robert Kirkman with his series obviously went up to, how many issues? There's 32 volumes of The Walking Dead. I wonder if this will get to 32 volumes. I'm certain it will change, and lots of other characters will be introduced, I'm certain, because obviously it has to. But I just love this book. Totally recommended. I was a bit apprehensive at first. I must admit, I was thinking, I'm not so certain is this going to be like, I say Iron Fist. That was my first thought, Iron Fist. I am not into the Deadly Hands of Kung Fu books, all those sort of things. They're okay. But I was never a master. I have got the Master of Shang-Chi, those books. But I'm not a super fan of those. But this actually, I genuinely did enjoy, and it's got a charm, it's got an interest, it's got great characters, and I'm certain it will evolve, and it will develop into an amazing series. So great start, I found. Brilliant.